All right, Rabosai, good morning. Let us begin. So we are continuing in the Tzaddik's Torah, Os Yud Gimel. Os Yud Gimel. So if on the handout that we are up to, we actually left off on page Chavtes. So remember again, just a kind of a quick recap. Although I've come to realize that my quick recaps usually take the majority of our time. So I'm going to make a really quick recap. So remember again, Reb Tzaddik explained that the human condition very much mirrors the nature of the world. Just like the world has Laila and Choshech, Or and Yom, so too does the life of man. Ups and downs, times of growth, times of ascent, times of descent, times of accomplishment, times of failure. So what we left off with yesterday is that Reb Tzaddik explained that even at night, let's say in the natural world, even at night in the darkness, it's never fully dark. There's the sun, there's the moon, there's the stars. There are always rays of light even in the midst of the darkness. And Reb Tzaddik explained very beautifully that must be true in the life of man as well. That in the base, so in the house of man, even when it's dark, so even in periods of failure and even in periods of descent, ultimately again there has to be the light of mitzvahs or ner mitzvah or ner Torah. The idea is that even when we are in the midst of darkness, we must actively engage in spirituality in order to go ahead and bring some light into our lives. In other words, both say that what Rabbi Tzaddik is saying is something really profound, which is that the only way to get out of the periods of darkness in life is to create light. And at first, that light may be very small, and that light may seem very significant. Kind of like, when you think about it, in the vast darkness of the heavens, that there's what appears to be a little moon or a couple of stars doesn't seem all that meaningful. But something amazing happens. When you're in the night, when you're in the darkness, and your eyes, adjust a little bit, you begin to see that the light of the stars and the light of the moon is in fact much more significant than you initially thought it was. So he goes on. Remember again, the lashon of Reb Tzaddik over here is very significant. Reb Tzaddik's lashon was ubebeso tzarich or haner. In your home, which again we kind of understood metaphorically to understand one's bias. What's my home? My home is me, right? My home is me. It's just like on a physical level, the home is the structure in which I live. So again, for the soul, for the neshama, which is the ikar of who I am, it's housed in the body. So we kind of took it for granted that when Reb Tzaddik said that you have to bring light into your home, he meant light into me, into my house, into my body. He says uperish base. So now here he says it explicitly. What does beso mean? When Reb Tzaddik says you have to bring light into your home, what does home refer to? Bechedre levavo. It means into the recesses of your heart. This is such a beautiful and such a profound idea. Into the recesses of your heart. If you look at the Be'urei Hasidus, he says, "Uperush hakavana v'aremes b'shimush ba'or haner mitzvah bebeso, then ushechayiv adam livdok es matzpunav bechedre levavo." Now, Rabbi Tzaddik is saying something a little bit different. Rabbi Tzaddik is saying is not only is it true that when it's dark, in moments of failure, moments of setback, that's dafka when I have to bring the light. Do a mitzvah, learn some Torah, generate light in the darkness of your home. But he says something else also. He says failure, and we'll say, hear this out for just a moment before you disagree. And you may disagree, and it's okay to disagree, because not everybody agrees with the same Reb Tzaddik. But Reb Tzaddik says failure offers us an incredible opportunity for introspection. Which I will say, if you think about this for just a moment, it's so true. When life is going well, and things like mamish, like you're doing what you want to be doing, you're hitting all the points on your to-do list, right? Everything is trucking along in the right way. Very rarely does a person take a step back and say, you know what? I really have to think about who I want to be, what I want to be, or where I want to go. When are the greatest moments of introspection? When you fall flat on your face. When you fall and you fail flat on your face, and like, I'm stuck, and I realize that I'm stuck, and I realize that I need a paradigm shift, and I realize that this is not the right way, and I realize it's not going, Zalo Vera, as they say. It's not going, it's not moving. I'm not accomplishing or doing what it is, and I keep on repeating the same mistakes. Those are the moments that you introspect. So the Tzaddik says, Uperish bebeso. What does it mean when we speak about bringing light into your home? He says, Bechedre levavo. It means into the recesses of your heart. What does that mean? What does that mean? He says, Or haner yofe libedika. So we'll say he's borrowing Gemara from Maseches Pesachim over here. So the Gemara Maseches Pesachim says that when we do bedikas chametz, when we search for chametz on the night of Erev Pesach, so what do you have to use? You have to go ahead and use a candle. And why do you use a candle? Because the Gemara says, Or haner is yofa to be bodek, the chorid, and stuckin. Because candlelight is good to check the cracks and crevices. That's what candlelight is good, right? You want to turn on the light in a room that allows you to see the general view of the room. But you want to, you have a little crevice you want to get into. You have a little crack in the floor, a crack in the wall that you want to get into. Then you need candlelight. You see, says Reb Tzaddik, the power of the ner is that it allows you to see the innermost recesses. The power of the ner is that although the light is very small, because it's concentrated and not diffused, it allows you to see the things that the more general light does not allow you to see. Sa'ar shebe'isa hataman b'chor nustakin. And what does the candlelight allow you to find? This is incredible. It allows you to find the chametz that often gets stuck in the little holes, cracks, and crevices. So, of course, in this particular context, Tzaddik is also borrowing the popular metaphor that chametz is a reference to the Yetzer Hara, is a reference to the evil inclination. That just as chametz, just as leaven rises, so too again the Yetzer Hara, the evil inclination, rises inside of man, and often again leads us astray, or we allow ourselves to be led astray. So Reb Tzaddik says something so beautiful. When do you use the Or Haner? When do you use the candlelight? You use it to go ahead, and I don't use it to check, my desk. I don't need candlelight. I don't need candlelight to check my desk. I can see my desk, and there's light that gives me light. But when do I need the candlelight? When the mamish want to get into the nooks and crannies, when I want to get into the crevices and the cracks, where there's smaller defined areas that the light, whether it's artificial or natural, doesn't really shine that much upon. That's when I bring the Or Haner, and it shows me what's in the cracks and crevices. Says Reb Tzaddik, to understand that ultimately the Or Haner. Well, let's finish off. He says, and when do you do the bedika? This is incredible. Zeh tov yoser balayla ve'esa choshech. We'll say this is absolutely incredible. And when is the Or Haner most impactful, most meaningful, and most useful? Dafka at night. Meaning try to use a candle by day, and it doesn't really do all that much for you. When does the candle really become impactful and make a difference? Only at night. Be'esa choshech, sha'az Or Haner meir. That's when the candlelight truly illuminates. So I will say, this is really an incredible yesod. So what Reb Tzaddik is saying is like this. Yes, when you find yourself in a moment of choshech, in a moment of darkness, of failure and falling down, what do you have to do? Don't just lay there in the darkness, but rather, again, says Reb Tzaddik, kindle a ner bebe, so kindle a candle in your home. And we discussed what's the candle in your home. It's Torah. It's a mitzvah. In other words, the only way to get back up after darkness is to begin to generate some light. And how do you generate some light? Through some positive, dynamic, spiritual activity. Beautiful. That we all know. That we all know. But Tzaddik now comes and says something even more nuanced. And about say at the end of the day, what's the base? So what does it mean kindle a ner in your home? Ner, the base of the home represents the recesses and the crevices of your heart. Meaning what? Go ahead and use that Torah, use that mitzvah to search inside of yourself. Because you see, I will say, when I fail in life and I'm laying there face down in the darkness and I'm stuck and I realize I can't believe I messed up like this. There's, as they say, tzvei dinin, right? There's two things you have to do. Number one is I have to go ahead and begin to dispel the darkness. I can't wallow in darkness. But number two, failure offers us an opportunity that success never does. And that is introspection. I would venture to say almost none of us introspect in times of success. Almost just the same way that no one says, when they have beautiful brachas, no one says, why me? Why me? Right? Why do I deserve all these brachas? Now, sometimes people say it like, oh, I don't deserve these brachas. Now, that's wonderful. Deep down, we often feel that we deserve all of our brachas and then some. But Lamaistra, in times of success, people rarely introspect. So says Reb Tzaddik, darkness offers you the incredible opportunity. It offers you the opportunity to bring the ner, bechorin ubistakin. Look in the cracks and the crevices. Introspect. Look into your heart. How did I get here? Why did I get here? Where did I go wrong? Where did I turn wrong? What are the mistakes that I made? See, Rabosai, there's a golden opportunity in the midst of failure. And that's, you have to kindle the candle, because without the candle you can't do anything. You can't navigate anywhere. But don't just use the candle to drive away the darkness and bring back the light. That's very important. But utilize the candle to look inside of your heart, to try to understand who I am, what I am, why do I do the things that I do? Why is it that in life I'm seemingly making the same exact mistakes over and over again? I'm a good person. I want to do better. I know that I have holiness, yet why is it that I feel that I can't seem to get out of my own way? Why is it that I seem to constantly repeat the same negative and deleterious actions over and it says, Reb Tzaddik, just remember, when does the ner work? When is introspection most effective? He goes on and he says, remember, that's his last phrase. Tov yoser balayla, beis hachoshech. True introspection, the ner really works best at night, because then a little bit of light really casts illumination on a very large swath of my heart. A little bit of light allows me to be able to see things really as they are and in the way they are. Allows me to really gain true insight into who I am. So therefore, Rabbi says, Reb Tzaddik, the light in darkness doesn't only serve to jumpstart the process of driving away the darkness and reintroducing light, but also offers us the golden opportunity to introspect, because the most powerful forms of introspection never come within the context of success, but almost inevitably come in the context of failure. All right, we'll stop over here for today. Yashir Koyach. We'll continue Meretz Hashem on Monday.